class with Miss Kris. This week we're going to focus again, because last week we worked on patterns with the piano keys. And pattern and art is just really eye-catching. And those of you that submitted the projects last week, really great work. And those of you also that are taking this course that go to classical academies, please consider posting your projects on the discussion boards, because in the future I'm planning on doing a virtual art show where I can showcase your work. So please, if you can, please add your art or just some of your favorite pieces to the discussion boards. I would love to see them. All right, so pattern and art is very striking. And today we're gonna work with a fish. We're gonna draw an angelfish. And we're not just gonna draw one angelfish, we're gonna draw a bunch of them because we're gonna make a school of fish. And by the time you're done with this drawing, you're gonna be a professional angelfish artist. Okay, so this is what you need for today. You need a pencil, you need a sharpener, because you will be sharpening quite a bit. And we're gonna work with colored pencil today. The colored pencils that I have are a couple different types of blues. I got a turquoise blue and a medium blue color. I have a yellow, I have a black, and I have an orange. The fish is going to be yellow, black, and orange, and then our background is going to be the two different types of blues. So let's get started with the angelfish. Also, as always, if you would like to use something else besides colored pencils to color in your art, that's fine too. This could be a beautiful piece with watercolors using a black Sharpie for the black. This would be a beautiful piece as a marker drawing. So your choice. This is what I decided to use. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is learn how to draw an angelfish. So I'm just gonna start in the middle of the paper and draw my first fish. So to draw an angelfish, we're going to, here's about the middle of the paper. I'm gonna come about right here. It doesn't matter where you start because we're gonna make multiple fish, but I'm gonna start about right here. And I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna make a shape that comes down. That. This is going to be the biggest fish. And then I'm going to come like this. Okay. Something like that. So it kind of looks just like that. It kind of looks like a V, but sideways. Then I'm going to come right here and I'm going to curve. I'm going to make a curve that comes like this. As you see, I always start with a pencil so I can erase it if I need to, but I think that looks pretty good. So now we have the face. This is the face right here. This is going to be the back fins. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make the tail. So I'm going to come up right here. I'm going to make a shape that looks like that. Now this shape right here, is pretty much in the middle of between this and this. It's in the center. Okay, so it's going to be like that. You're going to erase this line because you don't need this part anymore. And now we're going to draw the fish's tail. So I'm going to come out. Like so. Now I have the tail of the fish. Now you're starting to see it. Now we're not done yet because actually in here and in here are going to be the fins. So I'm going to come back to this point right here. Put your pencil right here. Lots of curves today. We're going to curve in and we're going to make a curve that comes to the tail. See how I did that? Here, curve into the body that comes to the tail, because right here is going to actually be a fin. And then right here, we're gonna do a curve that comes in to the body. Now, the more you make these fish, the better you'll get. The first one's always gonna be the hardest one. And then when you do something repetitively, when you repeat something, you get better and better at it. And it's just really easy. So now we have this shape of the fish. Now inside of here and on the back tail, I'm gonna make lines. They don't have to be perfect. Just like so, lines. And then on the back fin, right here, I'm gonna make more lines. There it goes. All right. Now the eye of the fish is going to be right here. Okay, so I'm gonna do a nice big eye and then another circle inside of that. So a bigger circle and then a solid circle inside. Now, if you think of a fish, right here, we're gonna need some fish lips. So right here, we're gonna come out and I'm gonna curve. See how I curved that? Curve. And then I make another curve. So I turn that point into the lips of my fish right here. All right, so there's a few more things that we need to do to this fish before we color it in. We need to give our fish a gill so he can breathe. So a nice big gill right here, okay? Now, a thing about the angelfish is they have black stripes that go through them. And I picked the angelfish because of this, because this creates our pattern. So when we create multiple fish, we will have this pattern of the black stripe that repeats throughout our paper. So I'm gonna come right here and I'm gonna start with my first stripe. It doesn't have to be straight. I'm gonna actually kind of curve as I go down my fish. Okay, stripe one, and then one more stripe. This can be anywhere you want on your fish. And you can vary the stripes because every fish and nature would be a little different. And now one more thing we need to do is under the lips of the fish are these two long skinny fins. So right under the lips, we're gonna go one, see how weird they are? They're almost like whiskers, they're so strange. And two. I don't know if you've ever had an angelfish in an aquarium. We have an aquarium here and we had a couple of them and they were really beautiful. Okay, so now I have the basics of my angelfish and I'm gonna show you how to color it in. So I'm gonna get my black, this is just a Crayola colored pencil, and I'm going to now outline this fish. Get this nice and outlined. And then the nice thing I like about the colored pencils is like, so I can add this black and then I can shade right over that black with yellows and oranges and you'll still see the black really clearly. So I'm gonna make these lines. These are the fins and these are pretty see-through. If you ever look at a fish, their fins are kind of iridescent. You can see right through them. Okay, now I'm going to continue on. I'm going to color in, these two weird, like, they kind of look like whiskers. I'm going to shade those in black. I may add a little yellow on top of that later, but for now I'm just going to go black. Okay, gill. Now our stripes, we're going to color in black. And this might remind you of doing the keys the piano. I'm going to color in this black. color in this black. All right, one more thing, right? I need to get that eyeball. Outer, and then the inner circle, I'm gonna do a solid black. Okay, I'm gonna erase. I have a little pencil that I wanna erase. All right, now I'm gonna color in the rest of the fish. So I'm gonna start with yellow, and I'm just gonna come through this fish, all through him, and I'm gonna color in yellow with my colored pencil. And then I'm gonna layer, after I'm done with the yellow, I'm gonna layer in some orange. Not everywhere, I'm just gonna put it here and there. So this is the nice thing about colored pencil is, and all kinds of pencil, is when you layer them, you can change the color, the hue, and you can shade with them. It's really soft. I'm not pushing down that hard right now. I'm actually going nice and soft. I'm gonna put a little orange back here. Orange back here in the tail, maybe a little bit more through here. And then as you create, I'd like you to do maybe 5 or 6 fish to create the school of fish. Then you can vary how you shade it in. I did want to put a little through this. I want to call them whiskers. One thing I'm going to do too, just for fun, is I'm going to push down really hard with this orange, right on the bottom a little bit. See how I did that? Right there. And then I'm going to push a little bit on the top, just to give it like a strong color, kind of a glowing color. Maybe I'll put a little bit back here. But everything I do on this fish, I'm going to continue to do on my other fish. All right, so there's my angelfish. Now, how cool is this gonna look repeated through my paper? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to now draw maybe 5 more, and you're gonna watch me do this quickly, and then you're gonna go and try your angelfish, step by step, okay? So here we go, I'm gonna continue on. All right. I think I'm gonna put one up here. Well, here we go. I have a pattern. I have a small school of angelfish swimming through my paper. And the last step to this is adding, I'm going to show you one I've already completed, is adding some blue through the background. So here's one I have already completed. I actually did a few more. I did one more fish on this one. I did a little one way back here. I added blue. So what I did was I took 2 different types of blue for this, and I started and I shaded in one direction with one color of blue through the whole background. And then I took the other blue. Actually, I'm gonna put this on top of it for fun. And I went in the opposite direction. And this is called cross hatching. And I think I've brought this up when we've done some pencil drawing. And this is a really nice way to build tones and to build up your colors and your background. So you go one direction and then you switch directions. And you could do this, like this is the third layer on this background of blues. So you could do this like, if you wanted 3 different types of blues, you could continue and go different directions. And it makes for a really nice, soft blended background. So you go one direction through the whole way and then you go the opposite directions. Now, you have to be careful when you're shading in your backgrounds with pencil or colored pencil because it can look pretty messy if you go this direction and this direction and this direction. You can see too much of your marks and it becomes sort of distracting in a piece of art because it takes away from your focal point. Like our focal point is definitely our fish here. So if we go one direction and then we go the other direction and layer our colors, then it's nice and soft and blended through our piece. And that makes a nicer, more uniform blending, which looks good. We don't want anything to take away from your beautiful angelfish. So, boys and girls, I hope you really enjoyed that. And now you know how to draw an angelfish, and you can make angelfish over and over. And I hope you have a great week. And please share your art on our discussion boards. Thank you. Bye-bye.